In the middle. Hey everybody, Coach Brew, another episode of Windshield Wisdom coming to you after a little snow and ice storm here in beautiful Maine. And what am I doing? I am driving in the middle of the road. And that's the topic today of this episode. In the middle. The great American philosopher once said, I ain't too high, I ain't too low, holding down the middle, steady as I go. That would be the country singer Scotty McCreery. You might remember him from one of those American Idol episodes, or seasons. But it's one of his new songs, and he contrasts a lot of things in it. I think it's a great metaphor for how we need to approach things. I ain't all holy water, I ain't all Jim Beam, I'm somewhere in between is one of the lyrics. And it's just a great reminder today because we were told by the media, I'm not going all fake news on you. My point is I'm talking about the weather and how it relates to you, your mindset, and your business. You know, the Weather Channel, the meteorologists on the local news, AccuWeather's app, all of these outlets are predicting the weather, and as opposed to, I use that term loosely, as opposed to really truly predicting the weather, they are generating eyeballs, ears, and page views by making everything sound like snowpocalypse, the storm of the century, of the week, of the day, if you know what I mean. Just the way they title things is designed to trigger your fight or flight response. Your some people call it your lizard brain. You know, the part of your brain that your survival instincts kick in, and it's fear mongering. You know, we were told in anticipation of today. I want to make sure you can see the roads as I'm driving today. We were told that school is canceled and there's going to be ice everywhere, snow, don't leave your house, power outages could be anticipated, massive power outages everywhere in the state, coastal flood warning, air quality warnings, like every possible trigger, every possible button they tried to push. Are we having massive flooding? No. Have you even seen me use my windshield wipers once? No. Here, this will make you happy. There you go. We didn't get any snow overnight. We're getting a little bit of sleet. Most of the storm blew out to sea, if you look at the radar today. And my point is, besides the fact that I think it's a conspiracy between the news and the Weather Channel and the grocery stores to get you to run out, buy milk, eggs, beer, bottled water, bread. Like, what are you going to do with milk, eggs, beer, and bread? Make beer battered French toast? Why are those the four things people go out and buy in a storm along with bottled water? It makes no sense. But it's the fear-mongering that you need to ignore. You really need to ignore the noise and a lot of the casual inputs that you'll allow into your brain on a daily basis. The weather is just one example. You know, a lot of the news is based on negativity, and I'm not getting political on either side of the aisle. I'm talking about the basic news. And the concept is, if it bleeds, it leads. You know, like the gruesome, horrific, tragic things always lead the news cycle, whether it's a headline of the newspaper, you know, the homepage of electronic media outlet, or the first thing shown on the TV screen with the 6 o'clock news. You don't need that kind of negativity in your life. We've got enough responsibilities, problems to solve in our life and our business, especially if you have teenage kids. Moment of silence for everyone with teenage kids. God bless you. I'm right there with you. I have 2 daughters. So be careful what your inputs are. And the reality of the storm, or any storm really, is it ain't too high, it ain't too low. It's holding down the middle, so to speak, as Scotty McCreery might say. You know, it's never gonna be as bad as they predict, and it's never gonna be nothing. It's usually somewhere right in between. Probably not getting a foot most storms, probably not getting a dusting, probably getting a couple inches of snow. So don't panic. And I think that's how it goes with a lot of things in our lives. You know, our mind will tend to go to a negative place if we aren't constantly feeding it positive information. And the negative outweighs the positive, which is why if it bleeds, it leads. The media knows negative is more powerful than positive because our lizard brain has these survival instincts which will kick in our attempt to self-preserve, protect ourselves, our family, and have that survival instinct. So you got to consciously filter out the negative, filter out the extraneous, and very selectively filter in what you do digest and consume with media or with anything else. Negative people in your life, just as toxic. Negative coworkers, colleagues, supervisors. Be selective. You know, there's that old saying that you're the average of your 5 closest friends. So when you look at your cell phone and you look at your 5 most frequently dialed numbers, your 5 most frequently incoming calls, 5 most frequent text exchanges you have with people, how negative, how positive are those folks? Because you're probably going to be the average of those 5. Who do you need to cut out of your life? What negativity? What small, narrow-minded thinking do you need to reduce or eliminate as a result of their undue influence? It's something to consider. Another thing to consider along those lines, somewhere in between, is talking about the sum total of your 5 friends and how negative or positive they are. It extends beyond that. It has other, health and wealth ramifications. Take the average income of your 5 closest friends or colleagues. You're probably going to be somewhere right in there with them. Their weight, same thing. Their happiness. Average those 5 out. It's going to be somewhere, you're going to be somewhere right around that average. So we need to be very careful and very selective. So that's why I wanted to come to you today after the snowpocalypse. It's the language too. Like they try and sneak it in. Snowpocalypse. What used to just be called, snow. Winter is now a nor'easter. A nor'easter wasn't intimidating enough up here. They had to call it a bomb cyclone. A bomb cyclone is a term, you probably heard the term bombogenesis. That's the kind of technical meteorological, I can't even pronounce that, definition for a bomb cyclone. But all that it is a nor'easter. All a nor'easter is a snowstorm. It's winter up here, I've mentioned it before. We don't measure storms in inches, we measure it in feet. But those terms are designed to intimidate. They're designed to get your attention. And don't succumb to that. Be stronger than that. And then also don't dumb down your message to just invoke a sense of fear amongst your audience. Because what's going to happen? They're going to figure it out, and they're going to start tuning you out, just like I tune out the negative news and the weather and the media, and just like I'm encouraging you to do the same. So be very careful, the terminology, the language you use, what kind of scare tactics. You shouldn't use any scare tactics, but be mindful of how you communicate with your audience. I just got to the office. My building is right on the coast. You are looking at Yankee Marina and Boatyard, which is adjacent to my office building. And it's a Friday morning. Getting ready to shut her down here. Have a great day, have a great weekend, and don't succumb to the negative. Be better than that. Lastly, if you want to get more information like this, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/CoachBrewTube, and you can go ahead and leave a comment. Anything you want to see or hear more of, less of. You want to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, that'd be great. If not, that's great too. And if you go to my webpage, CoachBrew.com, you can sign up to get email alerts about videos like this and other content, my articles and podcasts. It's CoachBrew.com. When you sign up there, you're going to get a 12-page report, which is really a version of my premium newsletter for my members, paid members. It's a $49 value you get for free. And it's 12 ways to double your sales, 12 ways to double your results. Head on over to CoachBrew.com, grab yourself a copy of that, and we'll see you on the next episode of Windshield Wisdom.